Hey, this is Life with Shauna Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is about finding out I'm pregnant. Alright, let's watch the video.
She goes, okay, I can tell you what it is. I think this is an appropriate time to share this story. So, about 4 or 5 years ago, I was having like some digestion problems, like just some stomach problems, didn't know what was going on. So I go to my doctor and he's like, okay, we're going to do a scope. We're going to like a little scope procedure. We're going to have to put you to sleep. So you're going to need to have someone come with you. That way they can drive you home after. Cool. So I had my mom come with me. Morning of the procedure, we go in. Now keep in mind, I have a 10-month-old at home. Nurse comes in and they explain to us like, okay, so this nurse here, you're going to be one of like her first individual patients. So just bear with her. If she has any questions, she can come ask me. And I'm super cool with that. Like, she was super nice, super sweet. I didn't mind so she puts my IV in my hand. Okay, she leaves, she comes back, and she notices, I didn't even notice it. She comes in and she's like, oh, your IV is swelling up. I was like, okay. And she's like, I remember how like oblivious I was. And she was like, are you on any chemo meds? And I said, nope, I'm not on any chemo meds. And she says, okay. She says, I'm going to take some blood and I'll be back. And I was like, okay. Took some blood. She comes back and she's like, I'm going to need some urine. And I was like, okay. So she got that. And she comes back with this look on her face. And I was like, am I dying? So she comes back and she's holding these two white squares. And she goes, I didn't even realize what day it was. And she goes, ma'am, I know you're one of my first individual patients. So I double checked. She said, and I know it's April Fool's Day, but you're pregnant. And I was like, I remember making that face, and I looked at my mom, who was sitting on my right, with that face, and I was like, word for word, I said, how much did you pay this poor woman to say that? And I could tell by my mother's face, she looked at me with this. Like, I didn't just pay her to do that. I immediately wigged the frick out. I was like, no. Like, go get that other nurse. Something was done wrong. What are we doing? So she comes back with the other nurse. And the other nurse was like, like, she couldn't have messed these tests up. Like, she put the blood, she put the urine. Like, it's right. No, I still didn't believe it. No. On April Fool's Day? No. And it really set in when the surgeon comes back and he's like, we can't move along with the procedure because you're pregnant. He said, if you were in your second trimester, which, hang on, we're getting to the good part. He's like, if you were in your second trimester, we could have done it, but just being we don't know how far you are, we can't do it. So I'm like, okay. And if you're a woman, you just found out you're pregnant and you think they're lying, you immediately run to that CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, somewhere where they got some more tests. And I took about 10. Positive. I called my OB that afternoon and I said, I need to come in now, because I need to figure out what's going on. So I go in and I tell my doctor, and he's like, okay, we're going to do an ultrasound, which I don't even remember why. Like, I don't know if I did like a test over there and it came out positive. Oh, no. He like checked me and he was like 9 or 10 weeks pregnant. And I was like, what? So he says, we're going to send you to do an ultrasound right now, just to be sure. I go, and y'all, like, my little belly was flat. I had nothing there. Nothing. So it even shocked him. He was like, there's no way you're that far. Miss Ma'am goes to do an ultrasound. And she goes, and I think she didn't realize that this was the first time she goes, okay, I can tell you what it is. And I was trying not to look at the monitors because I had found out just the day before that I was pregnant. Like, I couldn't even say the word at that point. And she was like, do you want to know what it is? And I was like, what it is? You can tell me right now what it is? How far am I? And she was like, you're at least 4 months pregnant. Where has this baby been hiding? I'm not joking. When they put that ultrasound in my belly and she said that and I looked at the monitor, this little girl was moving arms, moving legs. I was expecting to see a little chut. No, it was a full-grown baby in my belly. And I was like, no, this can't be true. This can't be true. And then I remember, like, on the April Fool's Day when I called her dad and I was like, I'm pregnant. And he was like, good one. Like, he was fishing. He was actually fishing. And I was like, park this boat and listen to me when I tell you. And he could tell by my tone. And when I started boohoo crying, I'm like, this is not a joke. And of course, I was all emotional, thinking he thought I was joking. I was like, I need you to understand that I am pregnant. And yeah. So found out on April Fool's Day that I was pregnant. Found out on April 2nd that I was 4 months pregnant. So happy April Fool's, everybody.
It is so scary to find out you're pregnant and you don't even know. You're not even thinking about it when you already have a baby of your own, like at home, living its life. And then now you go to the doctor because you're having digestive issues. Come to find out, you're a whole pregnant. Like, you're a whole pregnant. You flat, belly, everything. And you have a whole 4-month baby in there. Chilling, living its life. And they tell you what it is. Yeah, I think I would be right along with you. I would have flipped out. I would have flipped out. I would have flipped all the way out. I would have been doing some major flips because that would have been crazy. Now, how do y'all feel about that video? If that happened to you, what would you have done? Please comment below. This is Life with Sean Renee. More videos are on the way. Bye.